let me skin, suck it to me. And they gotta shut their mouth when they talking to me. I look around, it's a whole lot of foxy mamas, but I hit the highs men, don't want the drama. Hey, peace and love, baby, keep it groovy. Every time we pop out, you know it's a movie. If I'm in hot water, then it's a jacuzzi. I gotta shake, so I'm throwing deuces. I gotta even when I'm down bad. Yeah, I know how to bounce back, cause you know I gotta. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Make me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta. Still gotta. I still gotta. Hey, you must be new in here. You see these grown people talking, what you doing here? I gotta have a mind to hit you with a. Put your get up off the wall, go on, get it moving here. Yeah, I'm just catching the vibe. I told the valet, take your time, it might get a ride. I'm floating through the front door, my modest attire. Good Lord, mama, you know you looking divine. Turn around, double take.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us in South America in the vibrant and colorful Brazilian beachside city of Rio de Janeiro. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Monarchs of Rio de Janeiro. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25.
Here we go. Drill 52. Ready.
Here's Love looking to pass on the first play. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. You look at this Bronco defense. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game, right? I mean, I had a clicker going after a while. 5, 6, 7, 8. It was unbelievable. There have been that many turnovers or takeaways, however you want to say, in the game since the Reagan administration. This is
good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation. This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, they'll run it with McAllister. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board. They're able to avoid that 3 and out. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
3-3.
Up the middle they go.
Yeah, Jay, okay. Let's get it. One more.
Stop cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Okay.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
3rd and 8. Now Love. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard.
Oh, wait, I touched that? Oh, my God. I did not mean to. Oh, my God, no. Oh, that's
that had the feeling of not happening there on
no,
that play. He didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I've never returned punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
And power running here down the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Faster, faster.
They'll run for it here with McAllister. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Monarchs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw completed to Hyatt. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 34.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. Now we give up the middle to Williams. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. From the 20, here's second down and 5. They go play action with Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Robert Tonyan with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Something looked like they were focused on taking away all their weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Another run with McAllister. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
Hey, green. Zoom black. Jet.
A give running left, McAllister. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And he'll go down, but not before getting us inside the 30. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. These two teams all tied after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
Here we go, set. Cheetah.
Now Love going to change things up. They'll run up the middle with McAllister. And he'll get it down this time in the 17. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Here we go.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Running right, here's McAllister. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
The best defensive linemen, They play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A handoff to McAllister. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On the give, McAllister with it. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about 2.
Been interesting.
Reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine.
Yeah, I was about to say he been reaching out to the whole league.
Make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. There he goes, right side. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Broncos.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
Well, he fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe
Oh,
like,
yeah, sir.
don't, and then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone, and that's exactly why he did.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they've climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
23-yard line.
Down.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check White. Hey.
In motion left is Hopkins.
Ready?
This is McAllister, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Let's go.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. On play action, love to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Aiden Hutchinson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here's Bryce Behringer now. This is brought in at the 21. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Here's Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
First down now, but the clock continues to move.
8-yard pickup. And the Broncos first down.
Jackson now. Hyatt there to grab it. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the 11-yard line.
No, we changed it.
Now Jackson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And Jackson throwing once more. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown! Javonte Williams, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is now 21-14.
Monarchs 14. Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Okay, right.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Set, go.
On the carry, it's McAllister. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's 3rd and 6.
Ready.
Love now. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Ready.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And that's complete to Sanders. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Here we go. Set.
2nd down and a yard.
Fight. White. Ready. Ready.
Throwing. Love. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now a timeout signal for him. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
Got it.
2nd and 5.
Green set. Set. Cut.
Love. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be from 56 yards out. Off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. On the counter, here's Williams. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Complete right side to Hyatt.
Jackson's pass complete to Jalen Hyatt. A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's
Third and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on third down.
Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Jackson's throw there taken in by Smith. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Devontae Smith, 30 yards. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14.
Monarchs 14. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They run with Deuce McAllister, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Love. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're going to try and throw. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Let's go now.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Love looking to throw it. And he'll get it right back to Washington. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run here with McAllister. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 8. Now Love. Throwing left side, it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 36.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
To throw now. Here's Love. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out...
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
Caught along the left side by Hyatt. So he stopped for no gain. it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now Jackson on second down. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. On second down, here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. He's going to try and do this himself. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. From the gun, it's Jackson. It's caught on the right side at Smith. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Steps away to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Tracy Walker.
Intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, McAllister, and he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 37-yard line.
Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. McAllister. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 3rd down, McAllister. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage with just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down.
Ready, set.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Steel, black. Black shot. Hut.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quay Walker. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Yeah, to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Now it's Jackson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get it behind the line. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Flush to his right. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Jackson. This one swung out to Williams. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there. And now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Lamar Jackson scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
On the double.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever.